SMT Nation, We Back Nation. This is kind of a developing story. It's something that I've followed since kind of like the onset. We got first word that the policy for Autopay was going to be changing. The reason the story matters is because Autopay is one way that customers can save money. Right? By setting your bill to Autopay, you could save $5 per line per month at T-Mobile. Right? So the customer at T-Mobile has become accustomed to this nice little discount and benefit. It gets the money to T-Mobile quickly, and then in a symbiotic relationship earns you a discount. But the terms have changed, or the terms are changing, and there is customer pushback. All right, let's see the potential of what's happening here, as it could get legally messy. Link for the article will be in the description. Also in the description, the real SMT Buy Me a Coffee link. Want to support your creators, show your appreciation for the content? Use the link, buy us a coffee. And if you're looking for a really good deal on your wireless service, you're not going to beat our partner, Mint Mobile. Their value, their customer care, truly an incredible package. The new customer offer takes it next level. mintmobile.com/sneed gets you a 50% discount on their $30 unlimited plan, bringing it down to $15 per month. You can't beat that with a stick. Folks, use our partner link. You'll be saving money. You'll be helping out the channel. Okay, so let's kind of backtrack a little bit. T-Mobile has changed the terms of its Autopay discount qualifications. It used to be that you just set any form of payment for the Autopay and you would qualify for the discount. Credit card, debit card, checking account, prepaid card, whatever. It didn't matter. Apple Pay, Google Pay, all of it counted. Since that point, we have seen a couple modifications. We have seen the credit card no longer qualify for the Autopay discount. We have seen, Apple Pay, Google Pay be taken away as well. There's all types of things that used to qualify that do not qualify anymore because of the policies at T-Mobile. Now, in and of itself as a business, that is their right. It is their right to set their terms for what qualifies for Autopay discount. And then you as the consumer kind of make that decision if you would comply with those terms to qualify, or, you're subject to the rules of the way that the discount works. Now, the way this is proceeding now is there appears to be a very large momentum that's building in the potential for a lawsuit from disgruntled customers at T-Mobile. Now, these T-Mobile customers have probably been with the company for a long time, right? For years, they have been financing phones through their carrier, T-Mobile. For years, they have had lines with T-Mobile, right? They may have started with a handful of lines, then they added a sixth and a seventh and an eighth and a ninth and a 10th. There are some bills at T-Mobile that range between, anything from a single line, all the way up to 10 lines or whatever the consumer line limit is. And the discount is $5 per line per month. So you can see how it adds up pretty quickly, right? A 10%, the value, a 20% value possibly off a bill. Just kind of depends what you pay per line. We've heard stories of accounts with 9 lines that are like $130 a month, right? So if you're getting a $5 discount on all those, that is an incredible deal. You would be, increasing your bill as a percentage, by 20%, right? It would be substantial. So a big loss to consumers. All right, now, with all of that being said, users taking this to the FCC, right? Customers looking for support in being able to continue to qualify for T-Mobile's Autopay discount. The trouble here is that the terms that T-Mobile is setting helps them reduce their operational cost, right? You get rid of the credit card transaction fees, the merchant services involved in processing these transactions. But the problem is that T-Mobile has some serious security flaws, right? They are very regularly and frequently hacked and breached. And of course, a customer's checking account, a customer's debit card linked to the checking account do not offer protections. You will lose that money that's in your accounts in a hack, and there's nobody responsible for it. In a credit card, you have those protections. The credit card company takes on that liability for that theft. This is where things are kind of troublesome for these customers. So it could be 5, 10, maybe 20 million customers impacted by this who knowingly and unwillingly do not want to autopay on a checking account or a debit card linked to a checking account. So communities online, we're seeing it all it's probably on Reddit. You guys know how Reddit goes. It's probably on all types of different forums. The customers are really starting to put together a powerful surge of potential legal push. And, where I think these customers have a point is that T-Mobile doesn't have a good track record of securing people's information and account information. I also think they have a point because some of these customers are legacy customers. So changing the terms maybe in the middle of a phone payment installment plan, right? Those types of things. I can share some experiences with you guys. Back when Verizon switched from, 1080p video down to 720p on their plans, I was in the middle of an upgrade on the Google Pixel 1, for the LG Pixel. I had just got it maybe a few months, and then they changed the terms, which means my video streaming went from 1080p to 720p. And I put in an FCC complaint, and I was rewarded. They literally paid as a, I guess we'll call it a negotiation. We agreed to terms. I didn't have a bill for 6 months. Verizon also paid off the phone, right? So that is huge, enormous monetary benefit. It was great. I didn't have a bill for 6 months. They paid off my Google Pixel in an agreement to kind of end the FCC complaint, right? So there is precedence of negotiation tactics within just on an individualized basis, a person, but this could end up in a large-scale legal issue if something like this was to be arranged and we see support. And I will tell you guys that, the legacy T-Mobile customer is a very cost-sensitive customer. The new T-Mobile customer is a little bit different, and I'll tell you guys why. The new T-Mobile customer doesn't know the old T-Mobile, right, which was all about bottom-line entry-level pricing. The new T-Mobile customer, it has stepped away from AT&T, has stepped away from Verizon where the bills were more expensive, or whatever the case may be, and T-Mobile offered them a better value. So they're happy and they've got those good vibes, right? But the old T-Mobile customer remembers days where everything was super cheap and very affordable, and now with things changing with the new T-Mobile, they're shocked, right? They are literally in shock with some of these terms. We've already seen T-Mobile adopt across the board all connections having activation fees, right? And terms changing, and they've been disgruntled and they've been very public about that. But so I see this from the two sides. T-Mobile trying to, navigate the inflationary waters of the economy, right? Trying to reduce their operational spending, improving their revenues. I see that. I see their side. I also see the consumer side, that now T-Mobile has created a pain point, a step that didn't have to exist necessarily, right? That's their side. Terms changing on the maybe mid-financing of a phone and stuff like that. And then, of course, the side is that T-Mobile unable to historically protect and secure consumer information. All these things are in factor, right, in all of this. We'll see where this goes. Obviously, I'm a consumer advocate, but we do also try to play devil's advocate and look at it from the business aspect of it. So I wanted to present those points here to you today. So that's kind of like factually what's going on here. This could become a legal matter for T-Mobile should things proceed with all of this and develop. Me personally, I think the outcome is more likely going to be on the side of T-Mobile. I think that's more likely because there's precedence of AT&T shifting, there's precedence of Verizon shifting, and no such upheaval or victories for customers from their side, right? Again, businesses have a right to develop their own policies, and customers have a right to either accept those policies and be bound to those terms, right, and do business with that business, or they can take their business elsewhere. And I get it. Legacy T-Mobile customers are probably the ones most directly impacted by this and disgruntled by this. I'll look forward to your commentary, though. Let's go ahead and first of all hashtag T-Mobile on this one for all the real ones out there. And then, of course, if you're a T-Mobile customer, tell me where you stand on this. Are you a legacy customer? Have you been at the company for several years? Are you a new T-Mobile customer, just kind of getting there, switching from another carrier? Where do you stand on this? Is it a deal breaker for you? You coming, you going? What is your response? Like, how are you going to move forward with this, right, with the Autopay discount? And what do you think of the chances are of T-Mobile kind of being able to defend their position, or do you think consumers will kind of put something legal together and kind of win out of this? And T-Mobile will have to revamp their Autopay discount qualifications. Love to hear what you have to say on this. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.